Alright, so I've been having more looks at this. I have, as I suspected, it's outer reduction thingy, outermost. I'm pretty sure of that. I don't really see how it could be innermost at this point. I was pretty sure before, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I've relabeled it. We'll try and make an innermost afterwards, I guess, and change, yeah, something. Second of all, with regards to this thing, taking 3 steps instead of 4. Now that is explainable, because apparently you are meant to do all of the macros first, which is a little confusing to me. And that means that it would take 4 steps. So I think we just we need to implement that somehow. Other than that, though, if you remember back to this, it was not just this one that was confusing me, it was also this one. I thought this would be a 5. So, this is something I'm not quite sure about. Apparently, a lot of people think this should be a 5. So, they're in the process of asking about it for clarification. And, yeah, I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, I believe we are coming to this conclusion just now, so real time, eh? In the meantime, however, let's see if we can do this somehow. Basically, we need to expand all the macros first. So, sure, I guess, sure. I'm thinking of making that a separate function. We can remove this case here, and we can just expand all the macros first, right? And we can do that at the start of this and this, right? Remove all the macros and then pass it through here. That should work. So we're going to put this up here. Substitute macros, which is going to take this. No, this is unnecessary. So this is just taking the final oh no, we are going to need to do it on the others as well, because you can have recursive macros, can't you? That's kind of annoying. Okay, yeah, so it's going to need to be done on all of them. But that's fine, we can do that. So, this should just take a macro. So we'll just assume it's been given a macro. We have all the macros, and then here we have lam macro. Oh no, it shouldn't just be given a macro. The point is it will just recurse if not. So what we can do is we have all the others here. If it gets past lamvar x, it just returns lamvar x, and then we have this case, all of them, lam app, be expression 1, expression 2, lam abs x expression, and that's just going to return lam abs x, and then substitute macros, expression. This is going to be lam app. And each of these is going to be here. You now have expression 1 and 2. And then the lam macro is going to be the same as it is here. Right? Substitution. Yeah. We just shove that there. Oh, we didn't have that. There we go. Right. So first of all, let's see if that works. It's going to sit and compile for a while. You can watch it if you like. Oi! Never mind, it's not going to take that long. Yes. Because of all this recursion that we had here. Oh dear. So this needs to be outer, right? And yeah, this is occurring reasonably frequently. Because I renamed the actual function, but I didn't rename all the recursions of it. That's fine, that won't take long. I believe that's all of them. Wait, no it's not. There's another one here. Well, let's try that, see if that works. No. We forgot that. Still doesn't work. Oh, yes, because this should probably be... This should be head. I guess we assume that there is no undefined macros. It's just going to break if not, I think. Okay, oh no, never mind. I was going to say that worked, but it didn't. Yes, because when we recurse, we need to still pass it the macros. We're getting there. Okay, now we're good. So, substitute macros. We'll pass it, say, f, which goes to lamabs1, lambda1. Once again, I forget the brackets. And then we'll just have lam macro f there. Substitutes. Fine. Epic. And then what I can do is I can test it with, say, lam app. Oh dear, brackets. I always forget the brackets. Here we go. And we can, I don't know, lam var2. So yeah, it's substituting. Okay, so apparently we have confirmation that it is meant to be 4, not 5 on the thing, so that's good at least, but I don't know why, so someone is going to tell me about that later, so we'll find out, I guess. Cool stuff. So then, that is all working as intended. If we now go back here, what we can do is well, we can just run substitute macros here, right? No, there shouldn't be any macros left, that's the point. We can just remove that, I believe. Because what we do is we say in here, for now, I think we should write this a little bit. We're going to have lambda macros expression. We're going to return just of outer red and 1, which gets passed macros and expression, but substitute macros, and then we are going to need to substitute, I guess. Let me just try this in here, if I can get map to work. So if I do map second, right, map dot second, yeah, something like that. Wait, should I map second and then, wait, maybe I should do it more like this, second dot substitute macros with the argument a list of like f, which is just going to be lamabs 1 lambda 1, and then here we'll have g lamabs 2 lambda 2, and then you pass this lam macro, say g. Of course it's not going to work. Why not? Couldn't match the second argument of map. Why were you expecting a list? Ah, no, I see why you're expecting a list. No, that's fine. I see the problem. What I should be testing is something like this. Now that's why we put the second in there, right? Do you think maybe the second's meant to go afterwards? Should we try that? Sure, let's try that. That's no better. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like this is just too complicated. Let's just make a separate function for it. Let's just make a separate function for it. No. There you go, I was waiting for that smooth. Subs to what spelling to shoot macros. I'm just going to put macros on the end because of course now this is going to take the same thing, but it's going to I guess actually no, it's not going to need to take that. We can just derive them from this, right? This is going to take macros m in m's, let's say, right? So if I'm struggling to think about what I'm actually trying to do here. I want to substitute one of the macros Wait, actually, I just realised I don't think this is a thing I need to do. You're only evaluating the expression, you're not evaluating the macros. You can do multiple substitutions of a macro into the expression instead. We don't need to do this even slightly. Right? Okay. In that case, actually, screw that. Let's just try doing this. Okay, so here we have a problem. Alright, this needs to be a lambda macro expression. Lambda macros. That's easily fixed. But this is apparently a list as well. Which is correct. For now, let's just run head on it. I think we are using, yeah, we're using empty as error case though, aren't we? So what I should actually do is put a where. We can say possible eval is that then this can become possible eval. Then I can have a thing here, possible eval more than 0, we want length. Length of possible eval is more than 0, then do head, and then here we say otherwise equals nothing. Okay, let's try this. How's your red N1? Are you looking? No. Now you are. Have a nice. So what are we doing? Passing it a lambda macro expression. Okay. Lambda. Well, let's pass one of the ones in the example, shall we? Let's do this silly first one. Lambda, we have ID. No, this is not how this even slightly works. We want this first. Now I want this with ID. And then here we want this first. Right? Yes. So this is the identity function. We just want lam abs 1, lam var 1, and then first is lam abs 1, lam abs 2, var 1, 1, okay, and then here we just want lam macro first. Again, I can't see this, so this is not helping. Actually, we want this to be like yeah, okay. To be fair though, that should not have returned nothing. I was going to say we want this to be with like applications and stuff, but that should not have returned nothing. Let's find out why, eh? Eh? So what we need to do is remove this bracket, remove this thing here, add a tick on there, error pass and input. Correct. Added the tick in the wrong place. There we go. Okay. Non-exhaustive patterns. Fantastic. So, let's see why. It'll be because I removed the macro. But it should have already removed the macro. So, first, substitute macros, which is given this and this. That becomes that. Okay. I mean, yeah, it does. Okay. Sure. Oh, and that's going to need to be recursive as well. I didn't think of that. We'll get to that though. Because then we should just be passing outer redden 1 dash this that. Oh yeah. Why not? Brackets. Yep, fair. Brackets. This is returning empty. That is correct. I see the problem. Yeah. So what I want in this otherwise is not to return nothing, but to return just this. Just this. Right. There you go. See if that one works then. Boop. There we go. And you notice it has returned the same thing back again. Yes. Good point, because the only thing that it did was that. So actually we don't quite want it to return the same thing back. We want it to return the same thing back with that. Okay. And there we go. Now works. Okay, and given that, we have our lam macro. Let's do lam app, because then this is applied to, what is it? x3. Okay. Lambda 3. So now it's returning, yeah, that. Which is correct, I believe. Ah, no, it's not correct. This is only meant to be doing one thing. Oh no, this isn't meant. Oh yeah, no, this is meant to do as many as you like. No, this is only meant to do one thing. Okay, yeah, sure. That's a good point. So it's meant to do one substitution. And at the moment it's substituting all... Yeah, okay. Because it's recursive, right? So... somehow I need to make it only substitute one macro. I think what we started with was closer to the correct solution. I think that's the point. I think we need something in between what we've got. Not substituting all the macros, not substituting anything it likes once, substituting any macro it likes once. Right? How is it going to do that? How was I getting it to only do one thing anyway? I mean, you pass it an expression. Oh yeah. I shouldn't have removed that line, I should have commented it out. I think that's the main point. It's actually alright though, because it was just exactly the same as this, wasn't it? But we had this instead of this. And we had this instead of that. Right. That was the point. Somehow, I think what we need to do, we need to make the inner recursive one, right? And then what we need to do is, on the outer recursive one, we need to inner recurse until there's no macros left. We need to inner recurse, but only looking for macros, right? I don't know how, not inner recurse, innermost evaluation. I don't know how to make it innermost anyway, though. That's the main problem here. Slightly confused. We have our results of it's 5. Let's just distract ourselves with that for a minute, eh? So, I will read this out. No, I will not read this out. I'm lying to you. You will come and read this out yourself. So, so this is what we start with. This is our example that I was just trying to write. This then becomes, you substitute first, then yes, wait, one step is removing ID? And this is innermost, you say? This is weird. This is the thing, right? So you substitute first in for this. And he removes the definition, right, when he's finished with it. I don't understand why he's even removed the definition there. Because the definition is still true. You might need it if first is in it twice. You can't just remove the definition. But okay. Well, let's ask. But yeah, he says this is innermost. And yet, this is the first thing to get evaluated? And then after that, this is. Now that doesn't make sense. Surely this should be evaluated first, in innermost. You dive into the brackets, you do ID, then you have ID 4. So that just becomes 4 then. And then you evaluate first, and then first you remove the... Yeah. It's a weird one. I've also received a poem. I have no interest in these. These look nice though, little figures. Good. They're going to be a lot though, aren't they? This is the thing. I like looking at them and going, oh yeah, I'll get that, but realistically I'm not getting any of these. Who even is that at the top? Is it Alice? Or is it Ace, maybe, from Danmachi? I don't know. We match the Shinon there. Pretty sure that's Shinon. If it was Alice, I mean, it would match Shinon. Who's this? I recognise this as well. Is it Callan? Callan Stadfeld from Code Geass, maybe. See, they look good. I want these. I don't know which one I would want anyway. Maybe the Vem. Vem's good. To be honest, the Alice is pretty good as well. Don't like all these fancy floppy clothes. You know, like, look at this size of that sleeve. Doesn't that not just look silly? You can see it here. Look, this big, this wide, sleeve this wide. I mean, I get it's all like traditional Japanese clothing and all, but I don't see the point. You know? I mean, yeah, okay, I don't really see the point in this either, but like, you can't complain at it. And they've just, instead of fixing the clothes, removed them completely, you know? Sure, I guess. It is a solution. I mean, this kind of makes sense, but it's kind of hard to see it, what with it being cut off and all as well. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Very interesting. ID is not a Lamabs. What's that got to do with it? Huh? Also, ID technically is a Lamabs because this, but I get what he's saying, it's a Lam macro. Oh, this is so confusing, this silly evaluator. I mean, my one works fine, it's just, it doesn't really work fine, you know? It does stuff, but it doesn't do what it's meant to do. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up stripping the whole thing and starting it again, but at least we can copy and paste some of the code and we'll have an idea of what we're doing. So that'll be nice. So now we have lamabs in the expression, so no need to sub ID. He said this is innermost, right? What he would be saying is making sense if it was outermost. I mean, yeah, okay, he missed off the I. But, you know. Oh. That looks fun. Turned into checking Discord while we wait for random guy to respond to questions. We start doing rolls. Ooh. We'll take a Togepi. Oh, it's a Togepi tech, isn't it? I'm bad. Alright, sure. I guess we can try and figure something out while we wait then. So... apparently it matters what order they're defined in, which completely throws my entire worldview off whatever the rest of the phrase is. I can't remember. I think my brain's died. And we're going to need to change this. But that would imply that we actually can just, you know, substitute the first one, then the second one, then the third one, and so on. And that'll be why he removed it as well. If he goes through... Let me have a look over here. There we go. If it says anything here... Doesn't say much about macros though. The thing is the macros that are not the fun bit. Evaluating macros. So what he's saying is that because they're defined in a different order, that's making the difference. Okay, so I'm now asking about this. No, this. There we go. Would this be one action? Right. Maybe. Because if not, you kind of have to search the whole thing to check if there's others, but then not do anything with them, and like this is just going to be a mess. If you can search through the whole thing and just substitute all instances of each macro and then remove the macro, then it makes sense. What's the word? It's not action though, is it? I don't really mean action. A single reduction. Yes. Right. Right, yes. Let's see if we can think of any more things to do. So, what we could do is say okay, we're only going to take one of these. Right. Then this doesn't need to be a less comprehension. Because what we can do is we can say, we can just have guard, right? Where we can have name expression, where if x is name, then we just return expression. And then otherwise, we return Lambda x, right? But we don't change it. And we've gone through and we've done that. And then we can recursively call this on all the thingies. No, you would just call it on one, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. So when we get down to here, what we can say is scratch that, which is what I said over here. He says he's not sure if they would both be one action. Fantastic. That's fine though. I think in that case we just assume that it is the case. Because that's what I want to do. So what I can do is here we can take m's. We can say if what's the function called? Substitute macros. If substitute macros given m an expression, right? Yeah. Yeah. This is going to need to come with a boolean as well to check if you've actually done it. So what we can do this, and then we can say, so this returns macro x false. Oh no, this is the wrong function. This is why I'm getting confused. I want this one. I was wondering why we were changing that. Right, return it with a ball. So this is going to return x false. This is going to return lam app of those two, and then it's bool it's going to return first of that, the first of this. You see, this is where our line length suddenly goes far too high, because what I now need to do is copy and paste this entire thing into here, change it a second, don't need another one, okay, good, and then we OR them, right? If either of them is true, return true, else false, right? Then here, first, and then a second, and here, just easy, false. I feel like I should put all these in brackets just to be safe as well. I was kind of trying to not, but oh wait, actually no, this looks fine here. I think it's just that one. Oh no, it was this one that I was thinking of. Yeah, let's just do that just to be sure. Can't hurt. And then this one, the returning expression, and true. And I realised I did this one non-capitalised. This should be all of them now though, right? Okay. So now here, where second of this is true, what we can do is we can return we can just return first of this. Right? And then we could have an otherwise. Let's not write it now though. Oh dear, that's not what I meant. This is what I meant. Okay, so if it did replace something, then just return the thing that it replaced. Right? This is the thing that it replaced. We want adjust. We want a lambda. We want the rest of m's. Right. Let's see if this works at least. We compiled, good start. So we have outer red n1. I'm going to pass it lambda with the list of f lam abs1 lam var number 1, and then here, oh no, here I want lam macro f boop. It removed the macro and it replaced that. Okay, fantastic. I also just realised we haven't got any music on. The whole time we haven't had any. Unbelievable. It's fine. I'll just go and find some. I believe earlier. I was listening to the surreal thing, so I'll just put that on. If I can find it. There we go. It only just started. Look, all good. That seems loud. Is it loud?
I'm inside you.
Maybe a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now what I want to try is with a lam app. And we'll have 2 of them. And it successfully replaced them both. Okay, good. That's what I was hoping for. So then, what we now need to do is, if it's not the first one, we need the otherwise, right? So, this is when it found it straight away, it was M, right? So yes, we need an otherwise. We recurse, right? Actually, what we should do I need to recurse this actual function somehow. I think we're going to need a smaller function somewhere. Okay, so try sub macros. We've got substitute like a macro given a macro. So this is going to be taken and it's going to be returning with a ball to say if it was successful or not. Alright? Yes. Okay. So now what we need to do is we have an otherwise. No, I know. First of all, we don't need the just now, which is nice. But we still need this, because then here we say successfully replaced. Right, we managed to replace it. Good job. Then here we recurse with this, but instead of with this we just have m's, right? Now we want second of this. If this is true, then we do that, right? And then this needs a base case. We can just return this with false, unsuccessful replace. Right. This one was successful, and this one was successful, and this one was not. Right? Okay, let's try this. Doesn't work because we left that in, which is fair. What I should do then there you go. Right, that. Reload. Still doesn't work. Why not? We've got an M's somewhere still. Ah! Yes, because now I need to remove the one. I mean, surely it should always work on the first one, though, actually. If it... Wait, hang on. Did what I just do completely unnecessary? Because... if we always remove the first one when it doesn't work, or rather when it does, that might be a good point, you know. Let's just try this anyway. Whoa, that doesn't work. Apparently this is not a macro expression? macros. Try sub. Oh, I see. We can. That's why I'm getting confused. We can just do that, and we don't need the macros there at all. Wait, what's the problem now? Expected a macro expression. Ah, I see. Okay. What about that then? You happy now? No. Because the same applies to this. Yeah, okay, sure. You know what I could always do? Just instead of messing around with these lambdas, whatever, it doesn't matter. So does this one still work? Yes. Okay, now you can come look. So this one worked. I know let's have G, but here's the thing, I'm gonna write G first. I'm gonna put G in here, like this. And this one is just gonna be, I don't know, Lambda 3. Why not? Still worked. Returned without the macros. Yes. So then what if we do this here? What are you going to do then? You're going to struggle, aren't you? You move the G. Oh wait, no, that was actually perfect. That actually worked. I really think I've used an unnecessary amount of code to do this, but that worked, didn't it? Now what if you swap these around? Still did G? Still did G. Very nice. Very nice indeed, actually. I'm actually surprised that worked. I actually legitimately am surprised that worked. I feel like it shouldn't be working because it's not removing them, right? How does it remove them? When does it remove them? I guess in try sub macros, because that returns the lambda macro expression. I have no idea, to be honest. I don't know. But it's removing them perfectly. And it's checking the first one, and then I suppose the thing is I'm thinking that it would be a lot more simple code-wise, and plus we could maybe make it so that because the one thing we don't have is, for example, here. Oh wait, no, never mind. What I was gonna say is it removes F but not G, but it totally removed G as well. Why the hell did it remove G? And then what about when we swap them around? Oh no, we never did that. That one with the 2 Fs. What if we swap these around now? Put G afterwards. Is it still going to remove G? Because then we found what's wrong with it. And I'm sure there should be something wrong with it, to be honest. What? Why? What's your problem? Huh? Wait, yeah, what's the problem? Oh, I think it's because we've got no extra brackets there. Oh yeah. See, it didn't remove G. How did it not remove G? What? It's magical. It totally removed G here though. It basically was just going, G's useless, there's nothing in here, let's remove it. Which is what I wanted it to do. Okay, for real, I have no idea. It's magical, but I love it.
Drop your pants and we'll check your prostate. Say what? Do you trust me? Yeah, I guess so.
But here's where the real problem occurs. If you just have like this is actually going to error. Right, I don't know, something like that. How did I even do that? How am I messing this up? Wait, it did it there as well? I cannot. There we go, see. Non-exhaustive patterns. And that is true. Wait, in try-sub macros? Hold on, it should be non-exhaustive patterns in outer red N1. Not in try-sub macros. Huh? What? How? Ah, no, I think I know what it is. I think what we need is this. Well, you've only got one element, because this assumes that M's exists and then tries to pass it here, which is not going to work. Because your try-sub macro is this is going to return false. Oh, so you don't need this at all then, actually, you just need another case here. So, yes, because if this... If this substitution works, this is if a later substitution works. If no substitutions work,
Now for something completely different.
then we basically just hand it back actually with false. So then, but this still won't work, I don't think. Oh dear. Okay. Yes, there we go. But now it's the non-exhaustive patterns here that we don't have, because what it's saying is this is not true, rather than saying that this is not true. So that's fine. That's fine. Yes, it's fine. I do notice as well, though, that in these instructions, it... Oh no, I was going to say it changes the order. That's because it puts first instead of putting it second. But actually it doesn't, it just removes the ID thing. So yeah, hopefully this will work. Hopefully this will work. So this is the first part of both, actually, mind. Of both. This is going to be in inner as well. So what I'm going to do, therefore, put it there, because then the starter of inner is going to be the same as outer, because whether it's inner or outer, you just try and substitute macros first, for some reason, I believe. Wait, no, maybe not. For inner, maybe you don't? Ah, no, I see the difference. It's not your first priority to substitute a macro, that's the point. If there is a macro to substitute, that is a thing that you can do, but your first priority has to be something else. How are we searching for the macros here? Oh, later macro or more inner. So outer would do the opposite then. I'm gonna ask. But in that case, this is still true, that these are both the same, but this whole try sub macros thing, mind, I am totally just going to take this and put it down by try sub macros. Also, this is not plural anymore, just to make it nice, I'm gonna do that. Because I no longer want to substitute all the macros, I just want to substitute all the macros of the same type. Is that all of them? I know a good way of checking. Put this back, let's... Nope, that's all of them. Wonderful. Okay. Good. But if this is true, then instead of doing this, you would need to find the last element in this instead of the first. And that's going to be right annoying, to be honest, but okay. And that means we've got our... Yeah, in that case, yeah, we're going to need to find the ones that are done last. I'll just do them first, and that seems highly stupid. But we can manually write this kind of thing with guards, you know. We don't have to do it with pattern matching. And then we can use, what's it, last? Is it actually last? Init and something. Can't remember. But yeah, sure. This will do for now. And this is at least definitely in. Right. Okay. So, now what we need to do, instead of having this here, what I could do is make this return a true or false as well, and then I can say if there's nothing, if this returns false, then I could actually just say if it returns empty, right? Yeah, okay, sure then. Because at the moment, if we put something like this in, at the moment, if we put something like this in, it's not going to work actually. But we can do something like this. I mean, of course. Give me a sec, I'm just trying to write this example. Yeah, that returns nothing. So what we say, yeah, so this is actually quite easy. We just have another guard before this. And then I say, if length of outer red M1 tick is more than 0, outer red and tick. And then what does this need? It needs the macros and then the expression. Okay. Macros, expression. Macros. macros expression. And then else we try this. Right? And then so if you can't substitute one of these in, if you can't do something fancy like with a LAM app, then try doing a macro. And in that case, this thing, as beautiful as it is, didn't we put it here somewhere anyway? No, we actually didn't. That's sad. I was really pleased with this list comprehension. It worked nicely. I'm going to comment it out because I regretted when I removed it last time. Completely. But then here, we just return empty. Okay. Now let's reload. Or not. Oh yeah, because this is meant to be maybe value. Where are we looking? Here. Okay. Still no. Ah, because I also need the head. Yeah. Because it returns a list. Oh dear. Oh yeah, yeah. There we go. Why does that not work, huh? Because it's not a lambda. For goodness sake. What is your problem? Oh dear, because I've removed the tip. Give me a sec. Non-exhaustive patterns, fantastic. I was expecting something along those lines, to be honest. In Redden 1. Ah, yes, we still need the otherwise. Otherwise, nothing. Okay. There we go. Alright then. Now, before we show this, I'm just going to nip a bit. Alright, so let's check out those examples. We have the one that we did before, which just returns nothing. And then if we go up a bit, actually, you know what, there's no point going up a bit, I'll just rewrite it. I could do like this, which is substituting a macro, which is correct. I could do like this, which is also substituting a macro, but it's doing F, because that is the one that's first. So that is also correct. I say it's correct though. What I have discovered in the time is that it's correct for inner. So for outer, you would do the last one first. This is easily changeable. So what we do is we need a different try sub macros, which is kind of what I suspected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this on the end of all of these. Wait, no, I'm not. Actually, there's a way easier way of doing this. I just say in outer we reverse it, right? Try sub macros, reverse macros, right? I believe this is a thing. This is like a command. Yeah. I just reverse the list. That makes things easier. There we go. Epic. Now the question is, do I need to reverse the list for this as well? I think I probably don't, but I think it would not hurt me to do so. so I might do it anyway. Or maybe I want to do it here. No, I don't want it here. I mean, like with this, right? It returns. Oh wait, it doesn't return the macros anyway, though. Oh, so it's fine. Nice, nice. I don't think it makes any difference at all. So now we have both of these. There you go. So if we go back here, we run this again. That should do G first. You see? Wonderful. But if we did it with inner, that's not how you spell. Oh no, it is. It just left the O. There we go. Now it did F instead. Right. And it removed the appropriate one as well. You see, this one has F left. This one has G left. So it's all good. I say that. Does it actually need to remove it? Well, let me put this back on as well. Oh, it doesn't make any difference because they don't check that. Fantastic. I do feel like it shouldn't be removing them though in the final result. Which again is quite easily fixable, because what I do here, instead of returning this, I say it just returns the expression, and then we take the expression that it gives. Yeah, that'll work. Well, where does it return anyway? Like here? Yeah, because we're having to construct the lambdas anyway. Wait, actually, what we could do is just do this, couldn't we? How about that? Is that going to work? So this was inner, and so it did the first one, yep, and then with outer it did the first one. yeah, just did the first one again. Ah, yes, because this is this, isn't it? Ah, I know what we needed. We needed that there, but not that there.
So here's a melody.
No, that won't work though. I don't think it'll work anyway. Wait, no, maybe it will. Maybe it will. So we've got outer, we've got inner. Outer did the first one. Inner. Wait, no. Inner did the first one. Outer did the second one, which is correct. But here's where we get the problem. I think this breaks if we add a third one. But let's try. So we'll have H, Lambda 4, because why not? And then let's just make this H. So what have you done? We had G and H, we were doing inner, and it did the first one. Alright. And then, what if you're doing the same thing, but with outer? You're actually looking... You are. Fantastic. Outer. So now we did H. H is the first one. So that means in outer. Oh no, wait. Yeah, in outer it did H, which is the last one, mind. And in inner it did G, which is the first one. Of the ones that are in it, obviously F is before, but you know. Here's the problem though. Here's the problem. Look, it swapped the order from what it started with, which is due to the whole swapping thing here, I think. Yeah, see, this is why we could do it where we just don't construct this with the macros and then it... Yeah, I think it's just going to be easier to do something like that. So, this is now returning a lamb expression. So, this can just be expression. This can also just be expression. This can also just be expression. And then this is fine. Right, but then here we need to construct it. In that case as well, instead of here, what we could take is a list of things to lamb expressions, and also a lamb expression, and then we don't need this construction either. So that shortens a bit of code. There we go. Then when we pass this there, we don't need that. We don't need this. Here, we don't need that. We don't need this. But what we do need instead, the only thing we need is this. Lambda macros. Okay, let's see if that works. No, it doesn't. Great. Because the brackets need to be here. No? No. Here. Oh yeah, we can remove this one as well. True. What I'm going to do actually is just copy and paste this again, and then all we need to do is remove the reversals there and there. Okay, what about now? Now it works. Okay, so we have this and this. Come have a look. So when we run it on outer, it did it evaluated the H. H is the last one. When we did it on inner, it evaluated the G. Fantastic. and then just for experiment purposes, I guess we'll put the H there, and then we can put like the F here. Right. So then this time, this was inner, it should have done the F first, and it did. With outer, it should do the H first. Which it did. Fantastic. The other point is that the actual macros haven't changed. I probably could have made them not change without doing all that, but it's actually nicer code now anyway, because I don't have Lambdef's constructions literally everywhere. Right. Which is fine. Fantastic. Goodness. Wonderful. Now let's start giving an actual example. For example, let's give it this one. Pass lam macro of this. There you go. That's what we get. Now I want inner redn 1 on this, I believe. No, I don't. Oh dear. Brackets. It needs brackets. Where did I just get that output? Here it is. There it is. Oh, the space bar. Alright. So that was one step. Two steps. Three steps. Four steps. Five steps. Perfect, I think. No, not. Of course it's not perfect. Why would it be perfect? It would be anything but perfect. Because it was meant to take 4 steps. Okay. Let's try the same with outer then. Because one thing that you have to consider as well, if you remember, is that actually our inner is still running outer here. So we do actually need to construct this for inner. Right. Maybe that'll make a difference. We'll see. But let's try it with outer. See what that does. So if I go back up to the pass lam macro, we get this. 1. Two. 3. 3. Of course, it's meant to take 4. Okay, let's see what it did. So, first, what's it done? It expanded the first. That is correct. Okay. Then, what's it done? Here we go. Where is it? It's done with the LAN amps. Right. Then here, it's done with that thing. And then there's nothing left because it's just var3. Yeah, okay. Let me go see what we were talking about earlier. Chat history, you know. Scroll. Oh, here we go. Okay, that's not helping. Yeah, I'm almost certain he meant outermost when who wrote this, because everything that he said afterwards is outermost. But sure. So we've got it expands first. Oh, wait, it still needs to... Yeah, come have a look. So, this is the thing, we've got one step here, 2 steps here, 3 steps here, and my one, like, this is done in my head, you know, you got down to x3. He says there's another step here, which confuses me. Maybe it should be removing the removing these. But then if removing one of those is actually a step, then what? Thing is, I don't know what it's meant to look like after it's finished being, you know, reduced. Let me see if that paper's going to be any help. It never has been in the past, but, you know. Where is it? Is it this? No, that's Wikipedia. Is it this perhaps? Oh no, that didn't open it in a new tab. Unbelievable. I think that is the right one though. So if I just go find it again. There you go. Now, come peek. This is what we have. Classes, do notation. Yeah. Certainly stuff. This is not going to help with this at all. Okay, fantastic. I mean, it is in chapter 4, not challenge 4, not in the other bit. Yeah, I don't think the paper is going to help at all then. What's this? Ah, great. Evaluating anywhere? Reduction balls. Should we try that? What page is this on? 69. Epic. Okay, let's go try that. Page 69. Should be about here, yeah. There you go. Page 69. Oh, fantastic. Tools for beta reduction. Oh, yes, this. Great. I don't think this is going to help at all. Mostly because I don't know what it's saying. Right, that's great. Yeah, I can't believe that this is actually innermost. He even said, outer, you do macros defined afterwards first. Oh wait, yeah, but first is defined afterwards and he did first. Right, so this has to be, yeah, okay, which is great. But yes, see look, 1, 2, 3, what the hell is this? Yeah, I don't know what step this is. So, yeah, that's fun. Not that you were looking at all, so... But yeah, I was just complaining about that thing that you saw earlier, so it's fine. This, example thingy, you know? So what it's saying here for inner, the fact that this has changed makes no difference. So why is that, right? I guess because in inner you wouldn't be evaluating it anyway, somehow? I would have thought the opposite, but maybe? Oops. Yeah, see, this is what I end up doing for like an hour, just, I wonder why this makes a difference. And this is why I normally cut it. But I feel like I shouldn't take too long over this one. I'm just wondering what the difference is. There's no difference in outer. Sorry, in inner. So in inner, you don't get to do this. In inner, I guess you just go straight into the first. No, but in inner you're meant to do ID first. Oh wait, where's that where's that thing we had earlier? Innermost reduction. Here we go. I've got a little text document up here, which apparently is the goodness. This is for the second example there. Well, not the second one. Which one is it? This one. It's for this one. So... first... in inner you just do this, right? And you just say, okay, this is x4. Yeah, that makes sense. Then you do the first, because there's nothing left to do, which makes sense. You plug the x3 that you've got into the first. And then you plug the x4 into the x2, which gets deleted. See, this is what I need to find. I need to find the whole document of this. But I don't know where it is. The Church-Rosa theorem was in that other sheet though, to be fair. What? I thought it was anyway. Wasn't it? Oh no. Wrong one. This one. Uh-huh. That is very interesting. Also, not much words. Like at all, really. There's kind of none. Some exercises. I'm definitely going to do them. Right. That's great. Certainly some stuff. And now we're back up to the top. What if I just search like a random phrase from this? Yeah, funnily enough, no. And in here? Yeah, no. Certainly not in here either. Maybe some extra stuff was in here. Oh, no, this is a PowerPoint. I kind of doubt that this is what he was referring to, but always look. Well, while PowerPoint's just opening, I don't know actually. Never mind. But you know what? I'll have a look at the PowerPoint. I'll have a look at some other things. I'll just have a think about it, and I'll come back in a bit because this is why I don't normally record these ones. Alright, once again, a bunch of time has passed. I also noticed the volume on the last one was not great. So yeah, hopefully that's better now. I guess, you know, we'll find out, eh? But I've been looking at this further, asking people about it further, etc, etc. We've got some more stuff. So first of all, this has been changed back to inner. Turns out it is inner. I was right the first time. So, sure, why not, I guess. We've also changed this up a bit, so this is now just sub-macros instead of try-sub-macros, because it is definitely meant to happen. This is the last step. This is, well, when I thought it was meant to be taking 3 steps instead of 4, this is why. Because even when there is no macro to substitute in, you still have to actually remove the macro. So, for example, if I pop over here, do we actually have it at the bottom? Yeah, here we go. So if you run it on, say, we've got Lambda 3 here, and we have a macro, this is actually a reduction step, removing the macro. Of course, there is no ID here to sub in, but that still counts as a step, so it's no longer a try, it is just a do. And this is why, in here, it has the lower priority, which it had anyway, mind you. I haven't actually changed that. But yeah, so the point is it will just then keep substituting it in. Now, as I pointed out the other day, if I can find it, Yep. So this is what I said. Ooh, there you go. We have, if we had def f equals x1 in g equals f in g, and we were doing outermost, you replace the f first, but there is no f. So you just remove the definition. Then you replace the g, and this becomes f. But then the next step, you have no more definition left for f. Right? So it doesn't work, basically. Which is not great. And I'm pretty sure this is right. No one complained about it. And Josh here was talking about circular definitions, which is also true, although I feel like if you've got something like this anyway, it's not really designed to work, whereas this, if you had a smart program, it just, do the G first, whereas here it doesn't actually matter what order you do it in. The problem with this is actually it works. If you run it with inner, if you do it innermost, this evaluates to x1, so it'd work fine, whereas with outermost it doesn't work, whereas this doesn't work with either. So yeah, I don't know, it's a little finicky, but I'm pretty sure that this is correct. Like I say, no one complained about it, so given that, I think this is just sad, but this is what we've got, and therefore there is no, return nothing after this. I removed that one because actually it always is going to do this. The only reason it would not do this is if there is no macro. Right. So what we need to do now is make this not an otherwise, and make it where if the length of macros is more than 1, because what we do have at the moment is if we did something like this, but with no macro. Actually, not sure what it'll give. It'll give the same thing back, which is correct, but I'm pretty sure it's meant to give nothing if there is no substitute to make. Let's put on some music as well while I'm looking at Chrome. There you go. Where does it talk about the maybe? Performs a single reduction on the expression if possible by returning the reduced expression. Right? So here's the difference. You could get an expression returned that is exactly the same. So by having this and then this, it implies that a reduction has happened, but just that it didn't make any difference. And that's not true. There has been no reduction here. So yes, what we do is quite simple. We just say if length of macros is more than 0, then do that. And in here we can have otherwise nothing again. So then if we go back over here, we reload this. Oh dear, taking a while. Alright, so if we do it with this, it works, and if we do it without, never mind, it still does that. Why would that be a? Oh, because I only changed it for round. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Okay, hang on. I mean, I literally just didn't actually write that in the code for inner. There we go. Copy paste. So yeah, this one still does it. This one, nothing. There you go. See? Wonderful. Oh no, that's not the button I want. This is the button I want. There we go. So we now have that working. In fact, actually, I'm switching about all over the place. If you come back here, we have the original whole thing given in, where it then substitutes in first, and then it evaluates first, and then it comes down into this afterwards. Oh yeah, this is the whole first thing with the first in it. Yeah, the point is it takes 4 steps, right? It actually does. And if you remember back to this, here 4 steps. Wait, that's inner, isn't it? Yeah, that's inner. 4 steps. Shut up. It's taking 4 steps. So it's taking 4 steps, and it's meant to take 4 steps. And then this one, pretty sure, would take 3. We can test it though. We can test it. So what we can do is we can say let's pass it. Gonna need to add in the escape characters. Boop. Oh wait, no, inner is... Oh yeah, we made inner, okay. Yeah, never mind. So it should take 4 for this as well. So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Does it get 1 more in it? That's 4. And then this one is nothing. So it takes 4 for both of them. So this is correct now, right? Because it's doing 4 for this and 4 for this. The question is whether it's going to do the same thing for outer. And I think it's not. But here's the point, right? Because we have this up here with the inner red and 1. One thing that I did think is maybe this is not actually inner at all. This is a vowel VC thingy-mabobble. Someone was talking about it earlier. But of course I can't find what it's called. Where is it? We're getting a lot of Mitzi's songs. Well, I say that. I mean, we got 2 of them. Mitzi's is good, by the way. Check them out. Very nice. It won't be in the description because I can't be bothered. But you know, Google exists. I'm sure you know how to use it. Where's the vowel thingy-mobble? I can't remember what it's called, so I can't search it. Yeah, I have no idea now. That's kind of annoying, huh? Okay, but it might be that. So, point is, I'm actually going to test this same thing again, but without it. I see what it does, because if this actually works, then maybe we have a finished thing. So, we have 1. 2. 3. 4. Yeah, it's taking 4 there, and it shouldn't be. That should take 3. Now, the reason for that is because it is actually literally still inner. You know, the only difference between inner and outer at the moment is the reversion. Here we go, the reverse. We reverse the list of macros so that it evaluates the last one first on inner. Right, it does the first one first on outer, and then we just pass that to sub-macros, which is the same for either. This means that this first step here is literally copy-paste. I mean, like literally, you can see that. What we need to do is for outer, we need to make an outer red N1 tick, right? And to be frank, I'm not really exactly sure how that works. Because the other point that I've got at the moment is that I'm not sure that this is actually correct anyway. Because it doesn't always necessarily evaluate the innermost function first. It evaluates the innermost on the left, yes, but let me give an example. If we go over here, I can write, say, let's get our pretty printer out. No, our parser. What do I even want? Yeah, our parser. So then I can just write it nicely, right? Let's just say you had x1, x2, x3, x4. Actually, instead of x3 though, this is the point. In here we had oh, I know what we can have. So here we can have x1 to x1, so that's just the identity, and it's just being passed x2 there. Then in here we can have, what? No, I said here, you silly. Another set of brackets. We can have like we'll have x4 here, and then we'll actually have x5 here, and then we'll have the identity function again. Right. So what this is doing is passing x2 into this. It's passing x4 into this, and then I guess the point is here. Here? No, here. No, here. Just working out the brackets. We could have like something like this. Right. So then x1 is going to the output of this. So this 4 goes in here, and we just get x4. Then that goes in here and we get x4, and then that's applied to the x5. I think. Something like this. The point is, this obviously is the innermost one. This should be done first, right? But the difference is that it will do this one first because it's on the left. Right? Pretty sure this is the deal. Of course, it doesn't work anyway. That's because I forgot the escape character on here. Okay. But let's do it. Pass that in here. What has it done? Yeah, see, look, it's turned the lamabs 1 bar 2 into a 2 here, and it's left all of this monstrosity here untouched. Now, this is what I am not sure of, because it is leftmost, to be fair, it's leftmost innermost, and it did the one on the left, right? Did the set of brackets on the left. But was it meant to do this one because it's further in? So I'm going to ask about this, and see if we can get an answer. But if it's meant to do this one, then I have no idea how to make it do that, to be frank. If it's meant to do this one, then it works already. It means that my innermost is actually correct, and my outermost, yeah, not sure about that one. But yes, I will ask about this. I will have a look at the outermost and see if I can figure out what that's meant to be doing. And I shall return when I have discovered my findings. I think that's a thing that makes sense to say. Discovered findings? Would you say that? Who knows? Edit boy back for part 2. So this is where I'm putting the next split. As I said, 2 hours in the second video. Once again, I will be back in the next video tomorrow, after I have, in fact, discovered my findings. Bye!